Hey, everybody. Are we live yet? I don't think YouTube likes me going live early. I'm only 2 minutes early. YouTube, leave me alone. Just let me go. Hey, staff grabber. Hey, everybody. Sweet Pea, Brenda, Brandon, O2 Hurricane, Ellie, Irish Jessie. Do you whoop-hoo? All right, we're going to change things up a little bit tonight. I'll probably do it this way from now on. All yes or no questions will be answered with the runes. Any other questions, you'll have your option on. Hey, sucks to be you. You know, I use that phrase quite often. Sucks to be you. How's everybody doing tonight? Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? All right, I got you. Okay, you hear that beeping in the background? Ignore it. Do not yell at me to breathe. I'm on my portable oxygen so that I can turn this heat making machine off so that I can do this live. Sweet Pea. Okay, Sweet Pea. Gotcha. When you see that number, Sweet Pea, you should make a wish. Anybody else have questions before I get started? Brenda, I did, but only like 2 minutes early. I get sitting here, I get over here, and I start sitting and I got you, Ellie. I got you. I get over here and I just get tired of just sitting here, so I just hit the go live button. I know I'm 2 minutes early. Staff grabber, you have a question? O2 Hurricane, I got your question. I've got Brandon, O2 Hurricane, Wupu, Sweet Pea, and Ellie so far. You want a message from your dad? Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm only 2 minutes early. I tend to do that. I've always been early, no matter what. Anybody else have questions before I get started? Irish Jessie, staff grabber, either one of you have questions? Like I said, tonight, I'm going to start this today. If you have a yes or no question, I'm going to use runes. As far as any other type of question, I'll leave it up to you. It'll be your choice. But the yes or no is definitely going to be runes. I've always been early, Ellie. They hated it when I was working because I'd be an hour early. Out of 8 silky eggs, 3 are good on lockdown. Hen or rooster on the 3 eggs? Oh. Out of 8 silky eggs, 3 are good on lockdown. Are they hen or roosters? How do you want me to answer that? Do you, Poo? Do you want me to use the runes to try to answer it? Yeah, I got yours, Brenda. I got your question. Staff grabber, do you want the runes with that? I'm going to use the runes. I think the runes would be better. So you want to know, out of the 3 eggs, are they hens or roosters? I got yours, do you, Upu? I got everybody's question. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please and thank you. All right. Who is the other person I was saying? I got one from Brenda. Got staff grabber, gave me a question. Sweet, he did. I think I got everybody's question. Sucks to be you. Are you still here? Do you have a question? Oh, and Irish Jesse, are you here? Do you have a question? Sunana, welcome in. If you have a question, let me know. If it's a yes or no, it'll be answered by runes. If it's another type of question, it'll be your choice. You're going to probably have to Okay, Brenda, you're going to probably have to unjoin and then rejoin. Will there ever be peace? Read your second thing. I know I want to change my status from you from one level to another level, and it won't let me use it because I have an iPhone. Right. I understand that, Brenda. Because you have an iPhone, you can't upgrade. I don't know why on the memberships. I don't know why. Oh, maybe Delia Whoop who can help you. Sunana, do you want tarot for that? Hey, Spirit of Morning. Okay. That's what I was thinking, Ellie. That's the only way I know with Apple products. I don't know why they got to be so difficult. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just cancel and then redo it under a different level. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. They're sophisticated. I'm not sure about that. Spirit of Morning. I am not positive on that. They're expensive. I know. That's all I have is Apple products. All right. I'm going to get started. Brandon, are you here, Brandon? Okay. You want a general reading with the runes? Awesome. All right. We're going to move these out of the way. I'm sorry that you see my iPad, listen to me, my tablet. No. Let me try this one more time. You see my laptop hanging out over the edge, but that's so it can breathe. My my laptop needs to be able to get fresh air, and I've got a fan blowing on me. So, all right, this is for Brandon, a general reading. You'll have to excuse the flies. They're going to be landing on me because we're supposed to get rain. I I turned my oxygen machine off, staff grabber, so that the heat wouldn't be up here. I'm using my portable. Yeah, I have to get the vents on the laptop are on the far back, so I had to pull it out this way so that the vents could get the air. All right, this is for Brandon, a general reading with the runes. Hey, Metal Clips, welcome in. Make sure you drop your I keep wanting to say Etsy link, but you don't have Etsy anymore. Drop your website, please, and thank you. All right. What do we have here? Starting here, this is the Rido rune. This is about travel. This is about you might be taking a journey. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily a physical journey. It could be some other type of journey. It could be a spiritual journey. And you don't have to necessarily physically travel to do a spiritual journey. So this is about you going on a traveling. It's your destiny. Here, what do we have here? I don't read these all the time. We have the Ansus rune. No, it's in reverse. This is about there's a lack of communication. There's no communication taking place. And then we have the Isa rune, which is about being challenged. So, what are we looking at here? I feel this is a spiritual journey because on the spiritual journey, you're probably not going to be communicating with many people. This because our spiritual journey is our own. It truly is our own journey. And so you might find it challenging. You may come across something that's challenging to you in this spiritual endeavor, and you're not going to be able to communicate with anybody because if you think about it, your spiritual journey is your own. It's yours. You may not be going on the same journey as other people are on. So this is about a spiritual journey where there's no communication. This could be about you meditating as well. This could be about you meditating about your spirituality. I don't feel that this could be a physical vacation or something where you don't have any communications and you're finding that challenging. But what first came to me was a spiritual journey. Serene, you have a question? Today is question day. And please don't yell at me to breathe. I'm breathing. That was my oxygen machine. You're very welcome, Brandon. You're very welcome. Let me catch up with chat here. So the yes or no questions are going to be answered with runes, just so you guys know. O2 Hurricane, you want a message from your aunt and your uncle. Are you here, O2 Hurricane? Shirley, you're asking me, is this physical? Are you feeling unwell physical? Because if you're feeling unwell physical, I'm not doing a tarot reading on that. I'm going to recommend you seek out professional guidance on that. If you're not feeling well, you need to go see your doctor. That's not a question I'm going to answer. I do apologize, but that's not something that I'm going to answer. I don't do medical questions and I don't do legal questions. Oh no, Brenda. So Shirley, if you have some other question you'd like me to answer, I would gladly answer it, but I'm not going to do a medical question. Oh yeah, I got that too. I've got emphysema. All right, this is for O2 Hurricane. Message from Aunt and Uncle. No, this weather's crazy. Last week it was decent. This week we're in the 90s. Yeah, probably. You're probably right, Sweet Pea. Okay, I can do that, Shirley. I can do that. I can do a message for you. I just don't do medical, legal. I don't do those types of questions. But welcome and thank you for subscribing. I'm glad to have you here. Spirit of Morning, have you been catching FUBAR? I've been missing FUBAR. Oh, yuck. I remember when it was burning here. Yeah, I haven't either. He got Starlink. He got that internet called Starlink. I'm like, yeah, yikes. Good on you. All right. This is for O2 Hurricane, a message from Aunt and Uncle. All right, this is going to be Aunt over here. Uncle's going to be on the right. Right here. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Moonbud. Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. All right. This is going to be a message from your aunt. So somebody in the family has secrets that they're not telling. Somebody in the family has a secret that they're not telling. Something you've never heard before. So your aunt's telling you that there's some, let me make sure you can see all the cards. This is about secrets. This is about family. So there's a secret that hasn't been told. You've never heard it before. Let's see what Uncle has to say. I don't know what kind of secret it has to do with something you value. I can tell you it's about something that you hold value in. So it could be related to home, health, job, finances, family. This secret could be about anything, but it's related to family. It's a family matter, I just heard. Okay, what's your uncle have to say? So your uncle, so there's somebody, I don't know, it could be you, that is struggling to get uphill. Somebody's struggling to reach fulfillment. It could be somebody that's very charming, a dreamer. This could be your inner child. There could be some naivety. And you might have some ideas or thoughts and like of things that you want to do. Example, you might have some sort of hobby in mind. And you got to be careful who you talk to about that because they will take your ideas. Somebody is looking to take your ideas from you. So don't be naive and tell people if you have a hobby that you want to do or work or some other thing, don't be very naive and putting all your ideas out there because people will try to take them. They'll be sly and be sly as a fox, cunning, very cunning about taking. This is about them stealing some ideas that you have. So over here, there's a family secret about family. Over here, you're being told to be careful who you trust with your ideas because somebody might try to take your ideas and use them. Hey, Moonbud, do you have a question? Oh, yeah, you do. Sorry. I just seen it. I haven't been watching chat because I've been doing the reading here. All right. Okay, O2 Hurricane. Awesome. All right. Do you whoopoo? Are you here? Do you whoopoo? All righty. You want a message from your spirit guide? That beep you hear, just ignore it. All right. A message from your spirit guide. All right. Well, so what I'm seeing here is that somebody is manipulative, maybe making you feel powerless, and it's causing you to feel you're wanting to start something. You have had started something in the past, maybe years ago even, and you had set it aside. And now you want to restart that. You're finding it challenging because somebody's being manipulative. But guess what? Now's the time. There's a change coming, and it's a change for the better. So whoever is being manipulative is not going, I don't think that's going to stop you from moving ahead with something that you're wanting to restart. The page is all about a restart. It's like you hit the reset button on something that you used to do. We may pick up hobbies or something in our past, and we may have set them aside because life happened. And now that years later, we might say, I want to try that again. And that's what the page is about. It's about restarting something you've had started in the past, but set it aside, and now you want to try it again. And you're finding it challenging because you're being manipulated. Well, guess what? It's time to change. Your luck's going to change. Whoever's manipulating you that's going to end, because this is the forward moving wheel of fortune. It's upright. And when it's upright, that's good luck. Change for the better. So this manipulation is going to end, and you'll be able to reset that button on whatever it is that you were wanting to restart from your past. Hey, Brenda, I do too. I have Aussie hair too. Yeah, mine's gray too. My hair's as long as his was whenever he did that last concert. Oh, I got mine cut 2 or 3 months ago. Mine was, oof. All right. Sweet Pea. Are you here, Sweet Pea? Let me get a drink here. You're very welcome, do you, Woo Poo? You're very welcome. I'm going to get a drink real quick here. Ah, okay, Brenda. All right, Sweet Pea. Yeah, my hair doesn't grow very fast. You've been seeing 1111 the past few months, and you want to know why. When you see 1111, make a wish. Anytime I see 1111 on the clock, I always make a wish. But let's see why you've been seeing it. It may be that you're tuning in to I cut probably more than 12 inches off of mine. It may be that you're turning into your, what do they call it? Golly. Synchronicities. You're tuning in. You're starting to see synchronicities. 1111 is a big one that most people see. All right. Why do you keep seeing 1111? You're seeing 1111 because there's something's going on. This is about something from your past coming back. the decision maker here, independent decision maker, the researcher. There may be something in your past that deals with the date 11/11. Or something you may have had to make an important decision at that, and it turned out it was at that exact moment in time, 11 o'clock and 11 minutes. I feel like I feel also what I'm feeling is that it is you're picking up on synchronicities, and 11/11 is probably the most common. What I'm seeing here is making a decision on something. You might have to research it, whatever it is. But this is about history repeating itself. This is a setback. Set the clock back 11/11. So there may be something special with that date for you. There could be something special about that date. Or that time. Remember, that time happens as long as you're not using military time. That particular time, 11 hours and 11 minutes, occurs twice a day. So there's something from your past. It's about something from your past. That's what I'm getting is there's something from your past that either happened on November the 11th or it happened at the 11th hour and the 11th minute. There may have been some sort of decision that you had to make. Yeah, it could be. It could be some 11/11 as far as a date, could be somebody's birthday or the 11th hour and the 11th minute. Could be a specific time when you did something specific and there's something about what you did, maybe a decision you had to make that's coming back to you. There's a 11/11 though is the most common synchronicity most people see. And I'll tell you now, if you keep seeing it, make a wish on it. Ellie, excuse you. Hello, little girl. What are you doing down there? Mommy don't want you to get tangled up in the hose. You scratching my leg. Ellie is up next. Yes, the dogs are outside as long as it's not doesn't start raining, which it's overcast. After Shabone, do you have a question? Today is question day. You can be added to the list, but today's question day, so just no medical and no legal. I don't do medical questions and I don't do legal questions. Okay, Serene. Thank you for letting me know. All right, this is for Ellie. Ellie. Aw. I cut the cards and look what I get. The devil made me do it. I used to have a set of wind chimes. Ow. Come on now. I used to have a set of wind chimes I bought from Memphis, but they got lost in the moves. All right, this is for Ellie. Let me get up in my seat because I feel like I'm. Okay, After Chabone, thank you for being here. All right, this is for Ellie. From mom, message from mom and dad. Mom will be on the left, dad will be on the right. All right, let's see what we get for Ellie here from mom. Oh, oh my God. Oh my. So we have the Page of Cups, we have the King of Cups. This could be about somebody that was young. This, oh, I get it now. I think your mom's here with me, Ellie. Because it just dawned on, ow, dog, will you please stop that? It just came to me what she's trying to say. At least part of it. This is unfortunately your sibling. Your sibling, how do I want to explain this? So, even though your sibling is a grown adult, they have a childlike mentality. But I think something is going to change. There's going to be a big change, one that we cannot prevent. Because we know a little bit. We know that allegedly this sibling is sober. And I feel that when they weren't sober is when this I feel like it's stunted inwardly, emotionally. There's going to be a loss of emotional control. Childlike behavior. So we know that this may have, there was a lot that went on when that person was not sober. And now that that person's sober, things had been staying fairly quiet. Now we have this card. Things are going to change drastically. I don't know what kind of change. Remember, keep in mind, this is the death card. This is about a transition. Oh, transitional housing. I don't know why my spirit guide put transitional housing. Something may have happened while this person was in transitional housing, while they were in that, I'm going to call it transitional housing. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Was it sober living, housing, halfway house, whatever you want to call it, transitional housing. Did something happen? Well, we know he transitioned out of that housing, and we know where he ended up. But I'm being told that there's going to be some sort of change, and it's a change. This change is one that we can't prevent. We can't stop it. And that because of the past and what that person was using in the past, your sibling is stuck at a younger age, even though it's a young person in an older body. Something's going to happen. Something is going to happen. A change that we can't stop. What does your dad say? Uh-oh. Oh. All right. So your dad's got a different message. So this is about somebody that's not committed, somebody that's not wise. And it could be that this person has lost their wisdom. When we get older, we're all considered to be the wise ones. And sometimes, a lot of times, many people, not all, but some, end up with dementia or Alzheimer's. And so there's a loss of wisdom here. Whereas here, we have the king and the queen. The king, the queen, and the ace. These are all pentacles. So this has nothing to do with your sibling. Your dad is not giving you a message about your sibling. This is all reflecting on things that's going on in your life. And you would be right here, standing tall and proud, making sure that things get taken care of, making sure you handle everything the way you need things handled. You don't need more on your plate. That's why this is delayed. Something new. There may be something new you wanted to do, but it's delayed. It might be because you're dealing with somebody over here another person. This could be another person that is not committed and lacks wisdom. And as I said, they could be lacking wisdom because it could be an older person that's dealing with something like dementia or Alzheimer's. So, and it's not necessarily, I don't know who this would be because this is your mom and dad I'm reading. So they've already crossed over, we know. So this could be somebody else in your family, and you're maintaining and taking care of business. Taking, that's all I heard. Taking care of business. And you don't need anything more added to you. You're already doing enough. So what your dad is saying is that there's somebody out there that is struggling perhaps with community, not necessarily communicate. Well, it could be communication as well. Alzheimer's, dementia, anything like that. I don't know why I keep coming back to Alzheimer's and dementia because the king, when it's upright, represents wisdom. And if you're not thinking properly, if you have one of those terrible diseases like dementia or Alzheimer's, then you're not going to be able to maintain that wisdom like you should. And so here you are. You're doing your best. You're working hard. You're taking care of business. And you don't need anything else added on top of it, is what your dad is saying. Over here, though, your mother's painting a different picture about your sibling. Your mother's bringing your sibling up this time. The last time, I think it was your dad. $51.50 accommodations. That would be nice. That could be possible because your sibling probably could use a $51.50. Oh, your dad had dementia? I had no idea. See, I wasn't reading the comments. I wasn't reading anything when I was doing your reading. I did not know your dad had dementia. I had no idea. You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. Let me catch up to chat here real quick. Make sure I got everybody's questions and I'm up to date. Hey, Preet, you can ask a question. I'll probably make yours the last one of the day, though. If it's a yes or no, I'm going to use runes. Just know that. If you got a question, Preet, you can go ahead and put it in chat. I'm just leery about staying on too long because what I've been going through. I mean, let me tell you, even trying to do a video, my I've tried to do a video and it's cut me off on the video, so that's always a concern. All right, Brenda, you are up next. You want a message from your dad. You want Jeremy's current feelings. No, I don't have a P.O. box anymore, Spirit of Morning. I don't have a P.O. box. You and me both preet. I'll be glad when it cools off. I'm sorry, I just don't have, yeah. I did at one time have one. I had it for a year and nothing, it never got used. We never got anything in it, so I just, did away with it, so. All right. This is for Brenda. Message from Dad. Yeah, I kept it. We paid for a year for a small um, PO box, and it was, you know, it came in handy one time. I I never received any mail in, and I mean I didn't even get junk mail in it. So I did away with it. I just can't keep up with that. All right. A message for Brenda from her dad. Excuse the flies. I apologize. It's supposed to rain. I don't know. Would be nice. Message from your dad. I thought those were going to pop out, but they didn't. Oh, whoa. All right, Brenda. What do we got going on here? Let's start over here. Independent decision maker, peaceful. Over here, the lovers. This is about having to make a choice when it comes to friendship. This is about having to make a choice. Why do you have to make a choice, you ask? Because somebody here, and when I say it's the lover's card, it's not necessarily a romantic partner. It could be just a friend, because this is about making a choice with friends. And you're being told to make a choice with friends because somebody is holding on to secrets. They're pretty good at holding on to them. This could be somebody that is independent. They're a good decision maker. They're peaceful. However, I feel it's this person, since this card is next to this, they're holding on to secrets. They're holding on to some kind of secrets. And so you have to make a choice about what you're going to do. This could be you too making that choice, making a decision on who you walk away from. So you're being told you're being told by your dad that somebody's keeping secrets from you and that you need to figure it out and walk away from them because they're not a good person. Wow, that was a powerful message there, Brenda. You had two major arcana cards. Major arcana cards, when they come up like that, that number of them is a powerful means it's a powerful message. All right, who do we have up next? You're very welcome, Brenda. You're very welcome. Staff Grabber is up next. We're going to do the runes and figure out. We're going to try to figure out. You have 3 silky eggs, hens, roosters. Give me 1 second. Hens or roosters? All right. So I'm going to pull, and we're going to say 3 hens. And if I get a no, obviously there's not all hens. And I'm going to take it down until we get a decisive number, or I'm going to try to. All right. Are these 3 silky eggs? Are they all 3 hens? Look at that. They are all 3 hens. And let me tell you about this rune. This is, stupid flies. This is the Fihu rune. Represents money, wealth, luck, and abundance. You're going to be abundant and have 3 hens. Wow, that was fast. You're going to have to let me know how accurate that is. I hope that's accurate for you there, Staff Grabber. I hope it's accurate. Irish Jessie, are you still here? I know it's late over there. Irish Jessie, are you still here? I'm going to do your reading. If you come in, I'll tell you what the answer is because it's going to be with runes. Irish Jessie, this is for you. Will there ever be peace? And I assume I know what you mean by this. Because that's a broad question. But I think I know what you're referring to. Will there ever be peace? Yes, there will be peace. This is the Hagalaz rune. However, this represents change. So it's going to require a change. For that peace to happen, it's going to require change. And if your question was about what I think it was, we know what the change is. Have a good evening, Staff Grabber. All right. Sunana, are you here, Sunana? Sunana, are you here? Sunana. I might not be pronouncing it right. Sunaina. Sunana. How about Shirley? Are you here, Shirley? Okay. I'll come back to Sunana. You want a message. All right, let's see what message we have for you. All right. This is for Shirley. All right. Well, this is fairly up front and right in your face. I'll come back to you, Sunana. Let me finish this one. So, somebody that you were close to has walked away. Walked away, or this could be somebody that's passed away. I feel like they walked away. This is somebody that was close, though. This is your close circle of people. Now, this could be coming full circle. Could be about traveling, not necessarily. Coming full circle and finding someone new. So, this is about the loss of one person and finding a new person. So, out. This is what my spirit guide's telling me to say. Out with the old, in with the new. So somebody you were close to, maybe there was some reason that they had to walk away. Perhaps you couldn't trust them. Perhaps there was a difference of opinions. Perhaps they just moved away. And so what you end up doing is finding somebody new to take their place in your circle of friends. This is your close circle. the people that you trust. So I feel like somebody may they may have walked away, but not because they wanted to, but because they had to. They may have had to travel. They may have had to relocate. They may have had to move. And so, with that person being gone out of your circle, you feel like your circle is not complete any longer. So, you find someone else. So, somebody may be leaving and a new person coming in. And it may be that the person you were friends with just had to leave. They maybe got relocated to another location where they can't be that close anymore, where you can't have that closeness. Or there may have been something that came up and they just walked away. All right, Sunena, you're up next. You want a message from your grandfather. Oh, okay. You're very welcome, Shirley. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. I'll be live again this weekend. I haven't figured out yet if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. Depends on the weather. I got to keep an eye on the weather until fall hits and we start getting the cooler weather. It's just going to be, I don't know, on the weekend. And why my trailer doesn't work, I don't know why that is messed up either. All right. Sunena, you want a message from your grandfather? You got 2 pages. I don't know if you were young when your grandfather passed. I feel like you were young when you got the message. I feel like you were here. You were maybe naive on when you were told that your grandfather had passed, and it hurt your feelings. It really hurt the way that you felt. The way that you felt. You didn't understand. You didn't understand what it meant. I feel like your grandfather passed when you were younger, and you were naive and didn't understand what it meant for somebody to cross over from the physical to the spirit world. And when they told you, you were upset about it, and it hurt your feelings because when you finally realize what they're telling you and you're finally able to understand what they're telling you, it hurt your feelings. Phoenix 1111, do you have a question? I do questions. If it's a yes or no, I use runes. If it's a different type of question, it's your choice, tarot or runes. So, Sunena, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I apologize. Um, that is your message. Sorry about the train whistle in the background, too. They're not supposed to be blowing the whistle. Moonbud, are you here? Phoenix 1111, if you have a question, put it in chat. Let me know. If it's yes or no, I already know it's a rune reading. If it's regular question, it's not yes or no, then you let me know how you want me to answer it. You want a message. Moonbud wants a message. Okay, Phoenix, I'll pull one card on that one, and that'll tell me. That'll give me the zodiac sign. I feel like maybe you might be a Sagittarius. Are you a Sagittarius by chance? Mm, Cancer. Ah, okay. All right. Message. You want a message from Spirit. Moonbud. All right. Moonbud. So you're healing from a broken heart. I feel like it's been going on for a while. In fact, I feel that whoever broke your heart is receiving their karma. I feel whoever it was that said things to you that hurt you is either literally falling, something's going to happen out of the blue, unexpected, and that person's literally going to take a fall, or they're going to fall from grace, and they're going to fall out of somebody's inner circle. I feel like they're falling from grace out of somebody's inner circle. So, and I don't think it's your inner circle. I think this is somebody else's inner circle. So, somebody that said something to you in the past has hurt your feelings. I don't think you stuck around with that person. And now they've most likely said something to someone else that they were close to, and they're falling out with that group of people as well. Ah, okay. All right. Pre. Oh, the sun's blaring right in my eyes through that door. All right. Preet, are you here, Preet? Are you here, Preet? There you are. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, please, and thank you. Sunshine's coming right in. Go away. I'm going to shoot you out of the sky. Oh, God. Put a cloud around it. All right. Preet. Jeremy's. Hang on. Jeremy's current energy. Current feelings. Jeremy's current feelings towards you. I hope my beeping in the background isn't driving you guys crazy, because I don't know why it's constantly beeping. I keep breathing. Oh. So, there's a delay in new emotions here. But then again, here's a leap of faith. So what I'm feeling is Jeremy's feeling conflicted. Jeremy is conflicted because here we see a delay when it comes to new emotions. And then here we have a leap of faith. It's like, do I take a chance or don't I? Let me wait. Let me see what's going to happen. Let me think about it. Let me toss out these thoughts and hold on to this one right here. So I'm going to say that Jeremy has mixed feelings. Jeremy's not sure. Jeremy's going back and forth between should I or shouldn't I? All right. Phoenix 1111. You want to know the astrology? The zodiac sign of the person coming in next for you. So I'm going to pull one card. We may get one. We may end up with one zodiac sign, depending on what card we get. I may have to pull more than one, depending on what card we get. We'll find out. You're very welcome, Preet. You're very welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate it. All right. What zodiac sign is coming in for Phoenix 1111? Let's see. It's going to be a fire sign. So it's either going to be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. And I said you were Sagittarius. I asked you if you were Sagittarius. And that may be what's coming in for you. But since this is the wands, And there's no specific sign assigned to this card. This could be either Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. One of the three. It'll be a fire sign. It'll be a fire sign, either Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Anybody else out there with questions? Anybody else have questions they want answered? Okay, Ellie, you can ask another. Jaleisha, if you have a question, put it in chat. Oh, you want to know if you're going to find Freddie's collar? That's going to be a rune. Yeah, Jaleisha, put your question in chat. All right, this is for Brenda. Yeah. Is Brenda going to find Freddie's collar? Yes, that's a definite yes. It's challenging. This is the Issa rune. It's going to be a challenge, but this is saying yes. You're going to find it. Ellie? You're very welcome, Brenda. You're very welcome. I hope you do. I really do hope you do find it. What does Spirit want you to know about your sibling? And I'm pretty sure I know which sibling you're talking about. Jaleisha, what about people at your job? Preet, put your question in chat. This is for Ellie. What do you need to know about your sibling? Yeah, Leos are pretty good. You're welcome, Phoenix 1111. Oh my God, Ellie. You gotta be kidding me. Only you could get that card. Preet, that's going to be a yes or no, so I'm going to use the runes to answer that. Ellie, do you see what I have here? Your sibling's spouse. Your sibling's spouse is going to open their mouth. Things that that person has tried to hide in the dark is going to come to light about family, about personal things. But not everything is going to come out. There's going to be one thing that doesn't come out. Everything else is going to come out. Oh my God. So, this is more about your sibling's spouse than it is about your sibling. But your sibling, the spouse, has been hiding things in darkness, and it's going to come to light about. This could be about family. It's something personal. Everything's coming out except for one thing. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Preet, you had a question that I need to answer with the runes. I'm doing the yes or no's with the runes. It's just a whole lot easier. You want to know if Jeremy's going to confess his feelings. Yes. It's going to be a challenge for Jeremy to confess those feelings. And just as you've seen in the reading, Jeremy's having difficulty. Jeremy's going back and forth. Take that leap of faith or hold on. It's challenging. Jeremy's finding it challenging, but eventually, yes. Yeah. Yes, Phoenix 1111. You can ask another one. Just know that if it's a yes or no question, it will be answered with runes instead of the tarot. It's easier that way. Jaleisha, I'm lost. What's your question? Do you have a question, Jaleisha? Because it's all broken up. The people at your job are not nice. Ah. You want to know what your ex-husband's hiding from you. Okay, Jaleisha, you say the people at your job are not nice. What's your question? Do you have a question about the people at your job? You're not giving me a question. You're just giving me little tidbits here and there, and I'm having to put it together, but I'm not sure what your question is. I apologize. If you could give me a question. Is it a question about the people being mean at your job? I need to know what the question is. Okay, metal clips. All right. Phoenix 1111. What is your ex-husband hiding from you? A new person. They're hiding a new person from you. Somebody new that they're with. They maybe don't want you to be depressed about it. And that's why they're hiding a new person from you. They might be traveling with this person. They might have to travel with this person. Or it might be somebody that they travel with. If your ex-husband travels a lot, maybe somebody that they travel with. But I think he's trying to avoid you getting depressed about it. Or perhaps there's foolishness taking place with this new person. Okay, these mean people talk about you when you're not around. Is that your question? You want to know if the mean people are talking about you when you're not around. Okay. Let me get metal clips real quick. Will my sister come back north? Metal clips wants to know, will my sister come back north? I believe that's a yes. That is a yes. That is the Eliza rune. It represents protection, shield, and self-defense. This rune, that's what this rune represents. But that's a yes. Your sister will come back north. At what point, I don't know. You're very welcome, Metal Clips. You're very welcome. All right, Jolicia, you want to know if these mean people are talking about you behind your back? Yes. That's the Dagaz rune. And you're gaining awareness of it. You're getting awareness. This is about awareness, a breakthrough. So I would say yes, they are. It doesn't matter which way I put this rune, it's going to be an absolute yes. So they are talking about you, and you're going to become aware of it. Any other questions? Like I said, I'll be back either Saturday or Sunday. Just keep an eye out. I'll schedule a live ahead of time. Okay. You want to know how your sister's doing? Ellie, somebody's here with me. I don't know. I can't tell you if it's your mom or your dad, but there's somebody here with me. I know, Brenda. Don't worry about it. It happens. It could be, yes. So, how we want to know, how is your sister doing? How is Ellie's sister doing? How's Ellie's sister doing? Hey, Donna. How's Ellie's sister doing? No. Your sister's being manipulated. Let me write these questions down because this is deep. Have a good night, Spirit of Morning. All right, Ellie. What I'm seeing here is your sister's being manipulated. She may be being manipulated into saying things that she doesn't want to say. And it could be somebody that she's close to that's manipulating her. This could be the person I feel here. This could be the other sibling or that sibling's spouse right here. They could be manipulating her. But this is definitely manipulation. They're manipulating her, making her feel powerless. Foolishness is when people do things that are foolish and they know they shouldn't do it. Could be that. Hey, Culture. Donna, you want a message from Spirit concerning Felix? I'm getting ready to shut down here pretty soon. So, you're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. I think we already knew that. I think that's something that we've already known, unfortunately. Metal Clips, make sure you drop your website, please. Again. If you guys haven't ordered from Metal Clips, her soap is fantastic. If you're like me and you get dry skin, especially on the elbows, the knees, you will not have dry skin again. And she makes beautiful clothes too. She crochets beautiful clothes as well. All right, this is for Donna. If you guys have got any questions, get them in now. I'm getting ready to shut down here soon. This is about Felix. A message about concerning Felix. I don't see your question, Carlos. You must have used a word that I can't, is not allowing. So you might want to try rewording your question. Carlos, you probably used a word that I have blocked. Sorry. So you might want to try rewording your question. I apologize. That's to prevent trolls from coming in and putting words in that I don't want in here, including letters, names. Okay. Now I got you, Carlos. I got you. Carlos's question is going to be the last question I take. So this is for Donna. Message about Felix. So here we have the judgment card. This is about self-doubt. This is about refusing to learn from past mistakes. It's making it difficult to start any new projects. And so when you're failing to learn from the past and new projects continually get delayed, then you start to overthink things. What am I doing wrong? What can I do differently? You're a prisoner in your own mind now to your ideas. So to me, it looks like Felix is, there may be some self doubt, but also failing to acknowledge and learn from the past. And that's why something new cannot be started. And so that's causing Felix to overthink things. Metal Clips, if you're still here, make sure you drop your website, please, one more time for me. All right. Carlos's question and then Culture's question. Carlos, that's a yes or no. So let me pull a rune out. You want to know if there's something spiritual that's harming, magical or spiritual harming, or doing worse to people that wronged you. In other words, you want to know if they're getting their karma. And I would say yes. That's the Berkana. That's about beginnings, personal growth, and liberation. So yes, it is. They are. They are reaping what they sow. Culture, I'm going to put that question into a yes or no question. Are you going to find employment within the next 2 weeks? Oh, you want to know if you're going to lose employment. Okay, I got you. Are you going to lose employment in the next 2 weeks? Hey, you never know. Yes, that's a Sawulu rune. It represents strength, energy, health, and success. You might want to start looking for a new job because this is saying that you're going to, yeah, you're very welcome. Culture, you're very welcome. I will be back again, like I said. Just keep an eye out. I always schedule my lives a day in advance. I'm not sure. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather. Members will be live again on hopefully on Tuesday. Next Thursday, I probably will not be going live. I have to go to bed early, and I do mean early, which means I have to take my medication early, and I do not do readings when I take my medication. I like to have a clear head, free of my medication when I do readings. So, next Thursday, I most likely will not be live on Thursday. I'll see if I can't do it either the day before or no, it won't be the day after because Friday I have a medical test I'm going to be doing. And so we'll see how I feel after I go through these tests on Friday. If I feel up to it, maybe on Friday I'll be live doing questions like today. If not, we'll have to look at what the weekend looks like. I may end up skipping this type of reading at all altogether next week, but we'll see. We're going to play it by ear. Like I said, Thursday I have to take my medication early, which means because I have to go to bed early. And so unless we have very cold weather where I can be on early on next Thursday, I could be live Thursday. It all depends on the weather. If it's going to have to be late in the day like it was today, then I will not be on. If weather permitting and I can come on earlier, I will. So just, I'm going to say it, always keep an eye out. I schedule 24 hours in advance, close to 24 hours in advance usually. So just keep an eye out to see if I have a live scheduled, and it should tell you what time I'll be live. So if you guys just do that and keep an eye out, it'll all depend, like I said, on what the weather's like. I hate that I have to schedule around the weather, but unfortunately, yeah, I feel like I'm in hell here some days when it gets hot. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank my mods, Metal Clips, Irish Jesse, who was here earlier. I want to thank all my members, all my subs. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate my new subs. Thank you all for being here and for subscribing to my channel. Greatly appreciate it. I will be back Tuesday for the members, hopefully. And then hopefully, weather permitting, we'll be back Thursday. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. It's just next week's going to be complicated towards the end of the week. So I'm sorry about the weather. I can't change it. I wish I could. I have no control over it, unfortunately. If I did, I'd have 60-degree weather every day. All right. I send much love and many blessings to everybody. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in. And if you can, try to be kind. It doesn't hurt. And I hope to see y'all back next time. Everybody, have a good rest of your evening. Stay cool if it's hot where you're at. Stay warm if it's cold where you're at. And I'll see you back next time. Have a good evening.